Welcome back for this new tutorial. My name is Bruno Flaven. I have presented few tutorials about my last article, and this time I'm going to focus on semantic clustering and also with WordPress. The idea was to create semantic clustering from my own blogs because I wanted to apply it to it, and then to go with the creation of a plugin to manage this cluster manually. You're not always doing things automatically because you need to validate editorially. Basically, it has produced such a thing, which has we're going to go through the related post, and then also I've augmented with related tag. So we're going to go through all this operation very quickly. You see also that because I've implemented the plugin on my own, and you see you have a same related plugin but a different view and the same almost relation. So related tags. So you can grab all the stuff right here on my GitHub account, and you have a direct link directly into the post. So what is my working space? I'm using Sublime. I'm going to quit from that. I'm also using sometime Visual Code because it's easier to edit CSV or SQL file. And I'm using Anaconda to manage the environment. And this time I'm going to open Docker right here. So you see you need to have Docker running on your computer, and then you have this environment. Okay, so let's go directly. So I have a certain amount of file. I'm just going to focus on this directory where you can find the file, and then saying, okay, first of all, I need to grab my post. I can call the API, or I can create a kind of download certain file. So let's say I'm going to go on the one, and so this one is very easy, just to be sure that you can load the JSON and go through. Okay, you have always the same. I think I have this one, which is I'm just always ensuring, because you see the complexity is getting higher and higher. So for instance, this is the same, but I want to be sure that it's going to take the title and the content and the ID. That's my production for the last years, 25 to 26. Okay, so this part is really easy, and then you can go down the stuff. But we're going to go through this one that's going to really use, for instance, the 8 is going to really use, I'm going to go rep, it's going to really use model. Okay, I take a small model because it's easy, and also it's multimodal, which is understanding different language, Spanish, French, English, maybe Russians or whatsoever. And then I'm gonna create for you a kind of for document, just to be sure, I'm just kidding you, and this is really creating the stuff. So I've already downloaded the model. So what you see is that I'm making some info. So he's loading the JSON, he's taking the 53 post, and then he's making the vectorization, and then he's creating the file YouTube for SQLite. So SQLite, yes. So you see, and you have this time you have all the vectorization for each post with the ID of the post, and then the related, and you have 5 related. So it goes, for instance, this is the ID of the principal post, and this is the ID of the related content, and this is the similarity, and it's first rank, and it goes from down. So you can add more, you can go to 10 and so on and so on. So I think that was this one. This one I'm just increasing to 10, so I'm not going to show you, but it's exactly the same. And then the 10 is pretty interesting because you see I'm making the stuff. So let's say I'm going to go wrap, and then I say SQL, just to be sure that I'm creating. So I'm going to say 5, for instance, and I'm going to say 5. I want to be sure that, okay, I think there's no, so let's go back and let's launch it. So I'm clearing the console. So what he's going to do is going to create again a new, taking the same number of posts, making the calculation, and then creating the CSV file and so on. So here, because I want, so let's open it. You have 5 and you have 5. So you see what I'm using. So this is the database. You have exactly the same. You have exactly, why is not, I don't know, I want to, hold on, anyway, here we go. So this is it. So you have exactly the same. You have the post, and you have, what it's doing, you have the post, and normally you have the second table. I don't know what it's doing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The interesting thing is this one. So you see, you can read. So you have, again, the same post, and then a connected post to it. Okay, from 1 to 5. And what is interesting is that I can update manually with the CSV, or even into the context of the CMS, like WordPress, I can update and correct some of the issue. That was not, yeah, that's this one. So let's start WordPress Docker. I think it should work. Normally, I don't know what he's asking for. Is always normally I already download all the stuff, and then I just go from to the different. So I have downloads. I'm gonna open right here in a new file. You see, this is a kind of a local. There's no image whatsoever, but the idea is that, and this is not my own, I made a fake one, and so you have all the pages that are related to the plugin that are useful. So let me open it, and then I'm gonna go quicker because I don't want that the video takes 15 minutes. And this is so this is not my real password. You can be sure it's what I'm taking is everything is from here. You see, for instance, the WordPress, and especially the database that is just opened. So I let you go through the plugin. The plugin is creating 2 files, which are pretty similar to what you've seen. You see, so this is the rank, this is the stuff like that, and you have exactly the same CSV file, and you have another one which is family, which is managing the canonical label, the family, and the relation, and the name entity recognition. So what is interesting is that you can update, for instance, if you decide to go to change manually the stuff, you can empty the stuff. So this is related post embedding, and then you can reload, so you can manage the relation between all your content through the CSV. You can also manage tag family. Well, I'm not going to upload it, but it can be, you have to search for, I've disabled all the stuff. So anyway, you have all the scripts that produce such a CSV. And for instance, manually, you see, if I go to the website, so I have some mistakes on it. But what is interesting is that you see you have a kind of tags and also this post. So for instance, if I edit this post, I can see the content related. Okay, I have made few elements. You can even add, I think it's maybe not working, this is more a concept, but anyway, what is interesting is that you can, for instance, say, okay, apparently the poke is the one, and you see you can see the view post. You have, for instance, bad URL doesn't mean anything to that, so I'm going to remove it. Okay, and for instance, I can create, let's say, anthropic or IA. I'm going to take this one, convert it as a family, and then saying, okay, this is already a family. You have all these tags, and say, okay, I want to add it. I want to add intelligence artificial into these tags. Okay, or I can say I can remove this on tag, detach. So I can manage the family and the things that are connected to it. Okay, for instance, let's say semantic layer or NLP. Let's take NLP. I want to have NLP as a family. Okay, and then I convert it as a family. And then I say, okay, NLP. There's nothing attached to it, so I will ask for Spacey, for instance, and I will add it to the family. You see, so I'm able to manage my family and the tag attached basically from this WordPress, from the plugin, and also from the CSV or so and so ever. So I have a total autonomy, a kind of sovereignty on all this process, and it's pretty important because every time you create a feature with IA, if you don't think about the end user, your function will not be adopted. Okay, so I think that's enough. You have everything right here, all this documentation. I've tried to done the most of the documentation. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like, and then also you can grab the code and send me a message if you need. Okay, so I think that's enough. Bye bye to all. See you then.